Hello Stampers, my name is Linda Bedinger and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. And today I have another of the poppy cards for you. I'm going to do a series of them. And this one is pretty much a fast and beautiful. It's a very quick card and yet I think it's just gorgeous. So let's just get started. Here is my card today and it is using a lot of the designer series paper and a simple thank you, and my thank you comes from the Peaceful Moments set, and it's this thank you right here that goes with is part of the Poppy Suite. And so what you need to make this card is I'm using a gorgeous grape base that is 8.5 by 5.5 scored and folded at 4 1/4. Let me just add a little light here. And then I have a piece of black that is 4 by 5 1/4, and I have a piece of Whisper White that is 4 by 5 1/4 for the inside. Then I have a piece of this beautiful designer series paper that has this beautiful giant pattern on it. Here's some more of it, and on the back side it's got these purple dots. So I have cut this piece 3 3/4 by 5 inches to layer on the front of here, and then I have two pieces that are 1 1/4 inches. This one is by 5 1/4 inches and is going to go on the inside of the card for our decoration. And this piece is cut at 4 inches and is going to go across the front of our card here for decoration as well. And it's going to pick up some of those purples. Then from that same designer series paper, I have cut, here you can see these two pieces together. There's several of them. This one is these two pieces, and so it's a pretty easy combination to cut out of the paper. And what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do it right now, is I am just going to fussy cut out this piece, or this these two poppies here. And as you can see, there is absolutely nothing fancy or fussy about this cutting. You just, and the color goes beyond the border of the black, which makes this really easy to cut out. And I think it doesn't matter whether you cut close to the line or close to the color or not, and get your pieces cut out. And just that fast, I've got my two pieces cut out for the card. So let's put this together. It's very simple, very quick, and these two flowers are raised, and then I'm using some of the sequins from the Poppy Sequin Mix. So I'm just going to add some snail to the back of my piece of black and put that in place, centered on here. Then my piece of designer series paper, and these patterns are so big, and I'm into graphic here recently. I don't know what to tell you. It's just these big graphic patterns are just really grabbing my attention. So that's that. To the inside, we're going to add this piece of 1 1/4 by 5 1/4. And sometimes I cut these. There we go. And let's see if I've got, yes, I've got just a tiny bit to trim off to make that fit perfectly. Oftentimes when I cut these strips, I cut them just a sliver long so that I make sure I get a perfect fit. All right, so this one is going to go on the inside of my card, and right here with a nice border around it. And that is done. Then this piece, I tell you, this is really a fast card, goes together quickly, and we're letting the designer series paper here do the heavy lifting for us. And we're going to put that in place, and it should go across this designer series paper and across the black band so that it connects with the purple on the outside. And that's about little under half of the way down the card. And then we have our two pieces here, and I'm going to take, here they are. I had some black dimensionals because I thought they would be better if you looked underneath and you really couldn't see. And with these black dimensionals, you really get that effect. There are our flowers in place. Oh, I didn't intend to have that go so far over. I think the problem is that this dimensional needs to come off. And I'm going to show you a trick here as long as I'm at it, that when you're taking off a dimensional, you can just use an eraser and erase off, because it's like erasing glue, that dimensional from the back of your card. Now I can put a little bit of snail, and that will work a little bit better here. So, because I want these to be grouped together. So now I've got dimensionals under, on this one it worked because I ended up with the dimensional in the right place, but this one it didn't. So put two dimensionals on, I guess dry fit it first so you know exactly what you want to do. Now then, the stamping, I have my Memento Tuxedo Black here, and I have my stamp that is the thank you, and I want to get that really inked up because we're going to stamp directly on the face of the card. So right up here, wherever you think it will work the best, and I'm thinking mine will work really well just right here. And I'm going to let that sit and have that ink soak in there just a minute, and there we go. We've got a great thank you, and that makes it as simple as anything. Now, the last thing we have to do is to add a few sequins, and I'm going to use my Take a Pick tool, and I decided that I really like these gold ones on here. So what I've been doing is putting my sequin directly on top of my glue dot, and then picking up my glue dot and putting it in place on my card. So I'm going to see if I can pick up a couple of these. There's different shapes. These sequins are in different shapes. There's flat ones, and these are actually shaped like a little flower. So they've got a little bit more dimension to them, and I think that's kind of fun. So I am going to set that in place and put a few of these, and then I did put some of the darker poppy color sequins on here as well, and I think I added a total of 5 sequins. And then I'm going to put a gold one over here, and that will be, it will be done. So again, a very, very fast card, but the graphics on this designer series paper make this a beautiful, beautiful, full looking card. And all we did was basically frame it to get the pull out the purples and the black in here. And that, my friends, is it. So this is, I think, an official Fast and Beautiful, because I don't know how long that took me, but this video is going to be very short. So there we go. That is the project for the day. So thank you so much for stopping by my YouTube channel today. I do so appreciate it. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, I'd love to be your demonstrator. Or you could join my team. The join offer right now is fabulous. My number's always listed below the video. Please give me a call. I'd be happy to talk to you about it. This is February, and my prize is the Honeybee Bundle out of the mini catalog. And so all you have to do to be in my drawing is put an order on my site, lbedinger.stampinup.net or www.inkandingenuity.com. You can get to my store that way. Thanks again so much for stopping by, and I'll be back soon with more cards, more projects, and more tips. Bye!